Hey everybody, happy Thursday. Welcome into the live Dubb training. Hope everyone's had a good week recording videos, sending some stuff out. That's always stuff we like to hear. So welcome back to the returners. If you are returning, please put a 2 in the chat. If you've had Dubb for a while and you're back in here, please put a 1 in the chat. If you are new to Dubb, maybe you're just checking out the platform, maybe you just started with it, maybe you're on a free trial, maybe you just jumped on out a paid plan, but you're new to the whole thing. 1 would be great, and then 2 if you're returning. That would be great. That would really be helpful. Let's see. Diliana. Hopefully, I'm saying your name correctly. It's kind of a cool name, Diliana. If you can hear me, okay.
Yes, hi.
Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So, what brings you our way? What's your industry?
Yesterday I was in a LinkedIn summit for influencer, and one of the experts share your software, your platform, and
Hmm.
I just joined to explore what I can do with. I'm in health awareness.
Oh, very cool. That's awesome. Do you your prospects, do you reach out to them? Do you do social media posts and they contact you that way? Do you have email lists? How do you kind of get your clients?
Yeah, I have everything. I do outreach. I post. I do the lives. I have events sometimes. Present. I'm speaking. Yeah, I have email list also. Yeah, but it's kind of not growing my email list. Social media it's okay, not bad, but email list not much growing recently. And also, um, recently whoever I spoke with in LinkedIn is kind of either didn't show up or
Mhm.
it's not really good connection or just yeah it's not really good connection, so I'm looking for to improve, to optimize my, to organize my connection in a better way.
Okay. Well, we have there's in the part of the training that we'll cover today, there is a LinkedIn strategy that we do show in terms of reaching out to folks on LinkedIn. There's
Mhm.
also a social media part of it that'll show as well, where you'd have kind of a dub link below it, so it'll show those two things. And then the event stuff that you mentioned, are those in-person live events or are those webinars that you do?
Yeah, master classes, webinars, wives, sometimes just kind of educate people. Yeah, yeah.
Because you could have when you invite someone to these webinars, whether you do posts online or you send them out to your email list, that's where you can use the Dubb landing page, which I'll show in a little bit. You can do some kind of cool stuff with that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, it was good meeting you.
Nice to meet you too.
And let's see, I think I saw another couple other ones in here, I believe. Let me see. I think I saw Rodney. Let me go over to you, Rodney, if you want to say hello, Rodney. I saw that you put a 1 in there as well, if you want to say hi.
How's it going?
Hey, good to meet you. I like your last name, by the way. All good.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, no kidding. If things end
Won,
if
won
it's
won the
not all
lottery
good,
in
you're
last
in
names.
trouble. So what brings you our way?
I'm a motivational speaker. I just think it's a far more personal way to connect with people. I was involved with a company years ago, 20 years ago, when streaming media first came out,
Yeah.
called Hello World, VM Direct. I was one of the top leaders of that MLM that did video emails and stuff. So,
Oh,
um, yeah, I used it a long time ago, and it's very helpful to reach out to new prospects via video versus text.
that's great. Yeah, that's really cool. I think for motivational speaking, coaching, engagement, anything like that, I mean, seeing and hearing you is a big thing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Do you do like LinkedIn webinars? Do you do like what are kind of the ways you kind of get your folks?
Um, a lot of reaching out to event organizers. I got a couple of lead sources that leads do come to me. Depending on what genre I'm working with, if I'm doing colleges or schools or whatever, I can just reach out directly to them. But
Yeah.
it's much easier. It's having a video just is a huge advantage. Them feeling like, when they're comparing proposals next to each other, the person that they feel like they know a little bit has a distinct advantage.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. Yeah. And I think there's a when you're reaching out to the universities and colleges and event organizers, what you can do is, do you have clips from your other events you've done? Kind
Sure,
of
sure.
crowd and
Yeah.
stuff? Yeah, yeah, when I show the playlist feature, you could have that in the playlist, but there's a cool little picture-in-picture function on the mobile app. So when you're doing these current ones, there's a way of putting you on the screen as well and showing the crowd. It's kind of cool. A lot of people that do events use it.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the outreach stuff, we'll go over that as well. Do you do like a cold outreach, or is it warm and all referrals, or kind of everything? I would imagine you.
Both. Yeah, both.
Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah. Then I'll show you those versions as well. Cool.
Awesome.
Well, Rodney, good meeting you, my friend. If you have any questions, feel free to pop them in the chat there, and we'll kind of move along. These trainings here, I'll put this link in the chat. This is where they go. So right now, we're live across the different platforms like YouTube, Instagram, all that stuff. But when they're done, they're going to live like in our video section. So let me put this in the chat right here. And this is our Dubb support. So what people typically will do is they'll come into the live training here, they'll watch the presentation, they'll see how you record different things like that. And then they'll go back to that specific thing later. So they see that part that they want to know about, and then they'll work on that. As you are trying Dubb out, if you want to send us over a couple, I know you have experience with this, Rodney, but if anybody wants to send us any, clips of what they're trying, I just put the email in there, feedback at Dubb. So if you want to pretend like we're the prospects and you're just recording something to, do the outreach, we can always give you feedback, if you're trying a certain part of the technology that I'm going to show right now. So, good to meet you, Rodney. Thanks for coming in. Okay, so let me share my screen here and let's begin. Let me jump in here. Let's see. Oh, actually, you know what? Hold on. Before we jump in, I saw Karen. You put a one in there. Sorry, I didn't see the I didn't see the one. I went right by it. How are you, Karen?
Doing well. How are you?
Good, good. What's going on? What brings you our way?
I just am checking into video. I actually used you guys years ago, but
Oh,
haven't used it in a while. And if you don't use it, you lose it, you know. So,
yeah.
and I am a commercial loan advisor, and my I market to actually the banks,
Okay,
and but I need to make sure my clients, understand how to log into our loan portal and
got it.
educate them on, what we're looking for and things like that. Um, yeah, it's just a
Yeah.
great way to communicate with the clients. But also, I'm thinking that, it's after making a call
Mhm.
to, my outreach call to my bankers to also send them a follow-up video. And so, but I'd like to be able to take pictures. I don't want to be, like you're on the full screen. I don't want to be on the full screen. I just want to be a little dot on the bottom,
Yep.
and then looking at materials or, my desktop, whatever that I have there. So,
I think, what you could do as far as the, walking the clients through where they're supposed to click on and what they're supposed to do. Yeah, the desktop app would probably be good for that. Chrome extension and desktop, one's browser based, one flies over the top of everything that I was showing a little bit. But I think if it's a doc that you're going through, like a slide deck or even just a separate
right,
document,
correct.
just
Uh-huh.
put yourself in a little bubble, use the annotations, kind of walk your way through it. The one thing that we do talk about a lot is, and this is, you can kind of use this for the client as well. We always talk about the hook. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. But I mean, having us clear, like, hey, this is what this video is about, right? You know what I mean? So this is what you want to do. So I would use desktop app for that. Reaching out to the bankers, that's a cold outreach, right? That you're doing, Karen?
Most of these people I know
Oh,
already.
okay.
It's
Okay.
just to remind them and just maybe stand out, and keep, it's constant because what happens is that when a deal comes in,
Yeah.
if they can't do it, they shop it to another banker. Well, I don't want it to go to another bank.
Right.
I don't want it to go to the other bank. I want it to go to me. So
Sure.
everybody kind of shares that stuff to kind of make sure that they help the client. But
Well, let's see. So you kind of know them. You don't want it to go to somebody else. So it's kind of like the little intercept there, reminder. You could, if you're doing the whole omni-channel thing where you're calling them as well, you could
Mhm.
send the video first, and then that kind of gives you, I mean, you have a reason for calling anyway, but it kind of gives you a double reason because You're like, hey Rob, I just sent you that video. Oh hey, oh yeah, no, I got it here or whatever. And then you can even just start talking about that, and it kind of leads into something. But I think you could do something kind of, witty, funny with the whole, before it gets out there into the market, you just want to be able to you're the one to kind of have the best stewardship of this. You know what I mean? There's something to be said for that kind of hook that you would have with these folks.
Okay. Okay.
And
I'm not a
visually,
funny
if you don't want to
person,
be,
but
yeah, what's that?
I'm not really a funny person. So,
Hey, listen, I'm going to talk about that in a second when we get into this stuff. But I mean, like, visually wise, if you don't want to be on the full screen like a webcam kind of deal doing one of these,
right. Right.
um, you can still make the bubble a little bit bigger and just have some kind of message. I'll explain it when I'm going through this, but I think there's a little balance there between the two because the messaging is different between, hey, click here, go here, fill this out here, and whoa, I want you to do this instead. So
Right.
yeah,
Right. And so there are two different, I'm applying it two different ways. One is for education for my clients on how to use certain things because
yeah,
we have a bottleneck, which is the same for all lenders,
yeah.
but explaining it and making it easier for the clients to do certain things. So that, and then of course, just and maybe, and then also years ago, I still have a YouTube channel, um, but
Educational wise, like education on that kind of stuff.
yeah, just kind of telling people, what's out there and available for them. And so, but I'm gonna, talk and to them more about, what their pain points are and how we can actually help them. And so, yeah, but once again,
Yeah,
I
I
don't want
get
to
it.
be full screen. I just want to kind of use deck slides
Yeah.
and yeah, that's what I prefer.
Yeah.
I don't
Hey,
want to be
listen.
center of attention. Yeah.
No, I get it. I get it. You want the slides to be the center. You just want to
Yeah.
make sure that it's interesting enough for someone to click on. You know that.
Well, and I think because I've also done just the slides and I don't get traction. What I find is that because I have tracked this enough that I get a lot more traction when there's actually me on the video
Yeah.
versus not. So,
Yeah. Yeah. People want a guide, like a lot of the AI avatars, for people that don't want to be on camera, we have AI avatars you can use. It's just that it depends on the situation. You know what I mean? Like if the avatar is some kind of creative version of you that's a
mhm.
little different, people can kind of connect to that. But at the end of the day, the more AI is becoming prominent with everything, because we have AI we use for, a lot of stuff. But the more AI is becoming ingrained in everything that we're doing, the supportive parts of AI have worked really well for folks in sales and business and everything. But it's the takeover that there's been, we've noticed the last year, a little bit of a pushback in terms of, okay, AI can help, but I'm also wanting to connect with that human. So
Right.
is
That's
that
different.
wanting of that? You know what I mean? So
Right.
we're
Right.
in an interesting time of trying to find that balance with our footing where we don't want someone to feel like, oh, I just have an AI talking to me. I don't want that. I want an actual human being.
Mhm.
And to show that you're an actual human being, you're there on camera. That's until AI gets so good to like me talking right now with my hands and doing this kind of thing. AI is not that so great at that yet, but it will get there. And that's where it's got to be some regulation in terms of what we're watching. Is it AI or is it human? And we get to choose what we want. Do you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because I think people want to do business with people. People don't really,
Yes.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's okay. Even I've been calling I've found interesting calling some lenders and they have used AI
Mhm.
and it's just to talk to them and it's just irritating. It's just like,
You
no.
gotta under, yeah, you gotta understand we used AI about a year and a half ago for some outbound stuff. And it's gotten better since then. But I think people in general, I mean, I don't know what the percentage would be on this, but if you got on the phone and immediately you were told, hey, this is an AI agent. Okay, well, you know what? Right away, transparency. Cool. I know it's AI. Some people are like, yeah, I want to chat with the AI. Other people are like, yeah, I don't really want that. But at least you know, because if you're going through a conversation and you think it's a human and you find out halfway through there's some weird blip thing or some, glitch that it has that it's not a human, then you kind of lose the transparency and the trust and all that kind of stuff. So I think either way, you just have to be straightforward about what it is. So
Mhm,
that's what I think
mhm.
it is.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, Karen, it was good meeting you. I'm going to share my screen now. If you have any questions, feel free to pop them in the chat and then we'll kind of rock and roll from there.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. And then everybody here too, if you are on a free trial with Dubb, you're on the 7 day, you're just checking it out. And if you feel like through the presentation here that you watch, if you want to get our best deal, if you're going to upgrade, just put upgrade into the chat at any point. If you're feeling like you want to, just put it in there because I can have the team reach out to you and give you the best deal we got. As far as like if you do want to upgrade to a paid account. And anybody that's returning in here, if you're on the Pro, because we have Pro and Pro Plus, if you end up wanting to upgrade, let us know. Just put upgrade in there. We'll look you up in there and we can give you the best deal in terms of upgrading. So, whatever way you feel when you're watching this, if you do, just throw upgrade and then we'll have the team check it out. Okay, so let me share my screen here and let's jump into the good stuff. All right. Okay. So dub videos in general, everything, it's really about the visual. At the end of the day, it's about what does this thing look like when somebody gets it. But before you can decide on what style you want to send, which I'm going to show in a minute, the different styles, you have to have a reason for reaching out and you have to have some kind of a hook. So even like we were talking about just now, if it's client facing, you want client to do X, Y, and Z, right? They're already kind of committed because you're a client. So it's a little bit easier on that side. But you still want to be, somewhat visually interesting if you want someone to walk through something and do something. But in terms of the prospect side that isn't a client yet, that's where the hook is really, really important. Now, the hook could be important on the client side. If they don't do this thing, they're not going to get what they need. That's motivation right there. But from a prospect side, one of the strategies we use here at Dubb, and we recommend it to folks that use it, is that if you use any kind of, and this is about supportive AI, any kind of AI like a ChatGPT, Grok, Gemini, Claude, if you're using our auto within the Dubb dashboard right here, this is our AI guide within Dubb. Any one of these, what you can do is jump in and say, look, what I need 20 to 30, 3 to 6 word, 3 to 5 word hooks that I can use so I can get someone to click on my video and take an action. Now, you tell the AI your ICP, your ideal client profile, why you're reaching out to that person or that group, and what you want them to do after they're done reviewing the content. So once you educate the AI on that, it knows the plan, and then you say, give me those 20 to 30, 3 to 5 word hooks, then you take them and you use them in a certain way visually when you're recording. So the reason I said, what's your hook on here is because that in this style of recording, that's where you want the hook to go. Typically on the little whiteboard there, it's about 30 something characters. So it's about 3 to 6 words. And 3 to 6 words fits pretty good in a subject line of an email right up here at the top. So that's why we say kind of that range of words, but you have to have some kind of hook because that's where sales and social media are just doing this thing. We're so used to swiping and we want something of value. Now, in terms of the kind of style that you want to record, you have your hook. How am I going to record these things? This one right here is recorded with the Dubb webcam, basic recorder inside the Dubb website. I have the Dubb mobile app on my phone, which has a whiteboard feature, which I'll show in a minute. And I'm using that and putting it right towards the camera. Because it is an animated preview, when you hit record with Dubb, whatever way you record, the first 3 seconds is going to repeat as the preview in a loop. You can change that inside of the platform with editing, but just know when you hit record, first 3 seconds is going to be that loop. And that's all I'm doing here. I'm just smiling, pointing, moving this towards the camera. This is one of the most straightforward ways you can communicate a message because it's right there in front of the person. Whether it's one-to-one, one-to-many, client, cold, warm, whatever it is, the message is right there. Now, you also can use a virtual background. So if you're from that same webcam and you don't want to use the whiteboard or you just prefer another style, you can drop a virtual background behind you that can give context to the person and kind of give that similar hook. In this case, it's someone's profile here, but it also could be a website that you want someone to see. It could be an article you want to share. It could be an action that someone took. If you're in real estate, it could be a property that you're putting behind you. You even can combine both things here. So I can combine what's behind me and have the hook as well. So context could be behind me, the value could be right here. So you can do a combination of both of these things. Now, if you were in real estate, the little combination here would look something like this. Somebody is interested in a property, have the property address there or a fun fact about the property, and you've got both those things working for you. Now, you also can record screen recordings with Dubb. So this right here is a browser-based screen recorder called the Dubb Chrome extension. Now, the Chrome extension is for anything within the browser, any website that you want to be on top of where you want to visually explain something, okay? But it's got to be within the browser. So you would just Google Dubb Chrome extension. You can see the little Dubb button right up here at the top, right there. And when that's logged in and pinned, you're able to use it. And when I show this a little bit later, I'm going to use LinkedIn as an example in terms of an outreach, but this is any website where you want to be in a bubble, walking someone through. Now, notice with this case, it is a market update in real estate, but notice I do have my hook again inside the bubble because I could just be in there waving and pointing. You have the annotations right there, right? That's fine. But if you do have a hook, why not put it in here as well? Because you have that extra reason for someone to want to click. So just something to think about. We also have a desktop app. So this is another screen recorder. So you would just Google Dubb desktop app. You download it from Mac or PC. And the difference here is the desktop app is like a little drone that flies over the top of your computer and can be on top of anything that you want to record. So if you do want to walk someone through a contract, a listing agreement, a guide, any kind of slide deck that you want to walk them through, you want to be on top of a video, a document, whatever you want, you can physically be on top of it. You also can crop. So notice how I'm cropped in a little closer on this site because I want to make a specific point. Desktop app, you have cropping ability and stuff. So there's a lot of other cool functions too when I show it. But both screen recorders, the Dubb desktop app and the Dubb Chrome extension, are great ways to visually walk someone through something. Now you also can use the mobile app. So the mobile app has the ability to have a virtual background like you see right here and text on the screen. So the same concept of the webcam, just on the mobile. And you also can type your hook that we talked about. Put it above your head, below, side, wherever you want it. Again, same idea. You're just doing it on the mobile app. And then we also have this function on the mobile app, which is really cool. This is the picture-in-picture function. Tailor-made for real estate property walkthroughs. You can record what's in front of you and be on the screen. Uses both cameras on the phone. Also, if you're doing those events, like we talked at the top, if you're doing a live event, whether it's at a college campus, chamber of commerce, big event, wherever it is, you can record and get the crowd and everybody there, have yourself on the screen, and then send that out to your list of contacts to keep them updated on what you're doing. You also could post it on social. If you actually have, you're meeting people there, you could do a quick little interview with somebody. Hey, can I record you? And then talk to them and then post it, and you can be right there. You also can sit at your computer and pull up, a website, someone's profile, properties, all the stuff we just showed as a virtual background. Pull that up on your computer, sit there with your phone and record it and just lean in a little bit. And you're getting that same kind of visual where you're showing something and you're on the screen at the same time. So cool options visually. Now, when someone does get this video, regardless of how you decided to record it, you send it to them and they click on it. Then you're brought to a customized landing page that we call a preset in Dubb terms. So it's going to have your logo right over here to the left. It's going to have the initial video you recorded right in the middle. And it's going to have a playlist of videos that are going to play right after this video that you've recorded. The power of this playlist video is it not only provides more information for the person watching, but it also gives you the opportunity to record one video, one time, minute and a half, and it's basically your pitch video. Why should someone go with you? Why should they work with you? And it plays right after this initial video because these initial videos should always be about that hook, that value, that question, that information you're providing. Definitely make these initial videos a minute or less. Sweet spot, maybe, 30, 50, 30, 40 seconds within that range. You just want to be able to get in and get out and provide that information. And then the next video will play right after. Now, if you do have video testimonials, this is a really good spot to have them right in here because it'll really kind of shore everything up. It's a nice kind of circle to have someone in right here. If you don't have video testimonials, I'll show you a quick way to get them in a second. Now, below here, you have your buttons, your call to action buttons. These are your CTAs. What would you like someone to do after they've consumed this content? Booking a time in a calendar, that's probably the most popular button in sales or usually in general. If you want them to visit your website, they can do that. If you want them to download a listing agreement, a guide, a contract, you can do that. If you want them to email you back, you can have that button. If you want them to fill out a form, they can do that. You can have a link to an external form. You can have them do a bunch of things down here. Now, I would go in order of importance from left to right if you have multiple buttons, just so they know the first priority in terms of what you want them to click. Now, if you want to get video testimonials, let's say you have them and you want to get more, or you don't have any and you want to get some, strategy Dubb users have used over the years is using this button right here, reply with video. So what I would do is I would send a video out to my client. I would have that button below it. and say, hey, this is Rob. Listen, thanks so much for using Dubb. Would love to get a video testimonial from you. This is not complicated. You don't have to download anything. Just click reply with video below and let me know. What are your feelings about the platform? What about the experience? Whatever questions you want to ask them, they send you the video back. You get a little notification inside Dubb says, hey, you got a video reply. Then just make it part of the playlist right here. And that's the experience you want someone to have. The last part of this page is over here to the right. This is your AI sales assistant, SIA, your sales interactive assistant. You don't have to have this on the page if you don't want to. It is a little button inside of Dubb, but we've gotten really good feedback from folks that have used it over the last probably year and a half that we've had it. Because when someone lands here, they can immediately in real time get answers to questions. You can have FAQs over here. You can ask the AI individual questions. And when the AI gives the answer, it's going to want to push for your next step, your desired outcome. So whatever the button is over to the left, it's going to push for that. In this case, it's booking a time. Now, the AI itself is educated inside the Dubb platform with a PDF you can upload, and also you can load in their individual website pages, and the AI will learn physically what's in text on those pages. So you can do one or the other, or you can do both, and it will become educated on what you needed to know to help you close some deals. Now, these preset landing pages in general, these should be done for different segments of your audience. If I was in recruiting and I dealt with employers and candidates, that split, I would want to have a preset landing page for the employers, a preset landing page for the candidates. The same thing with real estate, FSBOs, expired, sellers, buyers, residential, commercial. Same thing with coaching and consulting, different industries, mortgage, insurance, finance, whatever industry you're in, if there's a split in terms of the audience and messaging, have a preset landing page that speaks directly to that part of your audience. Now, when you're on a free trial and you upgrade to a paid account, you would get an optimization setup. So the first thing the team would do would be meet you in Zoom, and they would help you set up your account, buttons, pages, all this kind of stuff you see right here. So you're ready to go. And all of this is tracked. So is someone opening the email? Are they clicking on the buttons? Are they interacting with the AI? Are they downloading anything? Are they watching the video? And if they did, what's the watch percentage? So you can follow up in a really, really smart way. Now, in terms of recording this stuff, how would we record something that you see right here? Like as an example, the webcam right here. So what you do is you go inside the Dubb platform. There's a big red button right up here at the top, create video. So when you select this here, that opens up your webcam, just like this. Now, if you want the whiteboard that you saw earlier, get the Dubb mobile app. It's Dubbapp. And when you have it, here is the mobile app. Here is the whiteboard button right here at the top, that little square. So when you select the square, now you can type. And that's all I was doing before. I was just typing the hook, type it, turn it. There you go. Deliver it just like this. Now, if you want the virtual background behind you, go below, select virtual background, go to your photos, right? We have a bunch of stock ones here, but I would go to your photos because this is where you can upload, all the stuff we talked about, properties, articles, websites, anything of context, right? And then it creates this nice little library for you right here that you can use. And then just select the one you want. It puts it behind you, just like this. And then you just want to make sure you have a good front light, good ring light, natural light. If you are speaking with your hands, I would keep them within your shoulders here. Don't go out into the soup. I would keep them right in here. And then again, you can do the virtual background with this, one or the other, or both if you want to. Now, every recording option within Dubb has a teleprompter option. So right up here at the top, all I have to do is click right up here. I can go right to scripting if I want to, create a script, save it inside the platform because I need to have a script saved in Dubb for it to show up here. Or I can scroll through scripts I already have saved in the platform, or I can even search for it by name, just like this. So there's my script. Now this is going to control the speed right here, up or down. This is your play button. See if you like it. This is going to back the text off, and this is going to zoom it in. And if you want to make any editing, just click the pencil icon. You can make some real-time changes right here, and then you're good to go. From a physical perspective, arm's length away is probably pretty good. Eye line, let the words flow up into your top line here. So to record, here's what this is going to look like. I'm going to take my hook right here. I'm going to hit the big record button right in the middle, and here we go. Hi, this is Rob from Dubb. We are the sales operating system. We use video, automation, and contact management to create those connections, conversations, and conversions. And I can hit the pause button, stop the recording, It stops the teleprompter as well. Click it again to resume and you keep going. If you want to delete this video, tap the red X. It'll always ask you, hey, are you sure you want to do this? And if you want to save this into the platform, it is the check mark right here to save it in here. If you don't want to close the teleprompter, just tap it. So this is one of the most straightforward ways you can communicate right from your computer. So I'm going to hit the check mark here. And when I hit the check mark, this is going to save it into the Dubb platform. Now, when a video is saved into Dubb, it's always going to land on the video edit page inside of the platform. Now, once it lands in here, this is where you can kind of do some cool stuff. So right up here at the top, you're going to notice this little pencil icon right here. So this is where you can change the title of the video internally inside your video library. Just hit the check mark when you're done. Over here to the right, there's this little preview button, this little square with an arrow. So you recorded a video, but you want to preview what it looks like on that nice preset landing page. So you click that button over to the right, opens a new tab, and then say, okay, cool, there's my video. There's my playlist videos, there's my AI, there's my buttons. Great. Everything looks great. Now, if I want to change that, I can come right in here to this little drop down, click it here, and notice there's a check mark right here. It says Rob's preset. This is my default preset landing page that you just saw. Anytime I record a video, it's always going to have that landing page attached to it, always, unless I change it to another preset landing page that I've already created. And you can do that right here, and it will change everything instantly about that background. If you want to download an MP4 version of any video that you save into Dubb, you can just click that right there. If you want to upload this to your YouTube channel, you can do it right here. If you'd like to have a QR code for every video, just click QR code and you have it available. This is really good for live events. If you're there at a booth, put your placard up there, have a pre-recorded video there. If you're meeting people at an event, have a pre-recorded video already made. Hey, it's Rob, great meeting you at the event. Click below to stay in touch. Any kind of physical mail marketing that you do, whether they're door hanger stuff, physical mail, make a fun video from that. If you're doing an open house in real estate, have that little placard on the counter and have a video already made. Hey, thanks for coming to the open house. If you'd like to see more properties similar to this, click below. So a lot of use cases for that. Now here you also have some information. So this little analytics tab right here, if you use Kyra, this is our AI video coach right here. So if you record a video and you click generate, it's going to give you feedback on your delivery analysis, feedback on your content, and feedback on your visuals. So from a non-biased perspective, it will give you that feedback. You also have activity right over here to the right that I mentioned earlier. When you send these things out and people are acting on the landing page, what are they doing? Are they clicking on the emails? Are they clicking on the buttons? Are they watching the video? This really gives you the information you can drill down on to follow up in a smart way. You also have a details tab. This little details tab here reminds you, remember, these are the buttons below your video. This is the AI sales assistant you have on your page. This is the playlist of videos that are going to play after. If you want to delete or change any of these, you can do that right here. If you ever sent this video out to someone and you didn't make the changes that you want, you just forgot or you forgot to do this, right? You can still make the changes and it will refresh on the other side for that person. You also have an editing tab. Every video that you save into Dubb, you can edit. So right here, you can play the video. You can drag your timeline to whatever you like to drag it to. Let's say I want to cut it right there. My first cut point is right there. Hit the scissor icon here, splits the clip, play it or drag it to its second cut point, scissors. Now you got three pieces. Whatever is highlighted in orange, just hit the trash can and it's gone. And if you want to bring it back, just click undo, 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 and you're right back where you started. Now, like I mentioned in the beginning, when you hit record with Dubb, the first 3 seconds is your animated preview, your GIF. If you want to change that, you can do that right here. So you can just drag this to a different part of the video that you do like, click generate thumbnail, and that will be the first 3 seconds that will show as a preview. Or you can upload your own thumbnail if you want to. Now, in terms of sending this, you recorded a video, we got it on a preset landing page. How would you send this out? So what you would do is open up a compose, come right in here, highlight this, make sure you have the word video in your subject line is the very first thing that they read. Then you want to have that hook that we talked about earlier, little bit of text in terms of why they should watch. And then to add the video in, you can do it in a couple ways. So one, right inside the Dubb platform, anytime you select a video, there's always a big blue share and send button right here to the right. So when you do select this, you just drop the email in there to get that tracking. You can even add a little personalization text at the top of the video. You don't have to do this part right here, but you can. Click copy for email and then copy and paste and just drop it right in. Now, there is a shortcut that you can use. So if you have Gmail or Outlook 365 and you have the Dubb Chrome extension we're going to look at in a second, right up here at the top, this little screen recorder that I mentioned earlier, when you have that, this little shortcut button is going to show up in Gmail right down here at the bottom. It's also going to be off to the right in Outlook 365. When you select that button, it's going to open up the Chrome extension, which we're going to use in a second, and you can roll through your video library down to the bottom right. See me going through the video library? And then you just find the video that you want and you just pop it in there. And then you're able to send it with a shortcut just like that. Now, in terms of screen recordings themselves, this example that we mentioned in the beginning, this one right here, browser-based screen recording, any website you want to be on top of, the Dubb Chrome extension. And once it's pinned right up here at the top, this is how you would use it. So we're going to use LinkedIn as an example. So I'm going to click on the button at the top, Dubb Chrome extension. It's going to put me on the screen, just like I am right here. And any website that you're on top of, you want to think about the placement of your webcam, the size of your webcam, and the shape of your webcam. Now, the shape can be changed right here, inside here. See how it's square, rectangle, phone shaped. So just try to match the style of the page. I'm going to stay in a circle because Ruben's in a circle. In terms of the size, you can grab the sides like this. Just pull it like this and go custom size. I wouldn't go too big because you don't want to cover everything. And then in terms of the placement, where do you want to put yourself? Put yourself somewhere interesting. I'm going to go right next to Ruben. He's right here. Inside here, I can zoom in if I want a tighter frame. I can back myself up. I can physically move myself around for better framing inside of the bubble. I can go right over here and turn my camera off. So if I want to do an audio walkthrough of the page that I'm on, I can do that. I also can just use my headshot if I want to use that as well. But, being live is pretty awesome. And if you want to do a virtual background behind you, you can do a virtual background right in here behind you. You also have an annotation tool right over here to the left that we're going to use in a second. You have access to a teleprompter right over here to the right. This one's a little different than the one you just saw at the webcam because I can move this one around. I can grab the sides like this. And when I do find a script, you have all the same options we just talked about. You can use the speed up or down just like this. You can back the text off. You can zoom it in. Now to use the teleprompter, I'm going to put it up towards the camera at the top. But you want to be careful here because, here, let me get out of this. Because when you're using the teleprompter, you want to leave a little bit of a space at the top so you can tap this thing and use it. If you go full screen on your browser, it's going to hide the teleprompter tab. So you want to leave a little bit of a gap so you can tap it, bring it forward, and you're able to use it. Now you have three orientations to record with the Chrome. So you have camera, which is if I click on that, it's going to open up like a webcam. If I'm on tab, it's going to be just a nice clean cut of this page. It won't show any of the tabs I have open at the top. And if I'm on camera, it will show the entire page. And I'd only do that if I wanted to take someone on a tab journey, bounce around to the different tabs. For this example, I'm going to use tab only. And I'm also going to bring in my hook that we talked about earlier. So I'm going to select start recording to the right. I'm going to choose my tab. There it is. I'm going to click share. And now I'm going to get my 3, 2, 1 countdown, and here we go. Ruben, what's going on? Listen, I wanted to send you this quick video here because I noticed that you wrote a book, which is pretty awesome. I didn't know you were an author, and I want to check it out. So I did my whole animated preview. I had it right here. I'm looking over, doing my thing, and then I jumped to full screen. When you're doing these screen recordings, jump into full screen is a nice way to take control of the screen, make your point, break the visual, and then go back to the page. So if you want to do that when you're explaining something, take your mouse, hover over the webcam like I'm doing right now, double click it. It brings you here. Double click it to go back to the page. You also can hover it over and select this little box right here. Brings you here. Select this to go back. You also can be very free flowing. You can keep recording, moving around, scrolling, whatever's your natural style. You also can hit the pause button right down here at the bottom. If you don't want to do it all in one shot, pause it and then move yourself around and then just hit resume and you keep going. And if you want to use the annotations off to the left, just use the annotation tool. So you can do text on screen, you can do arrows, you can draw, you can put things in numerical order of importance, you can circle. All of your annotations here too are going to stay sticky. So they won't follow you down the page if you're moving around. So that's a pretty cool option as well. So any kind of outreach on LinkedIn, this works great. Any kind of browser-based website that you want to walk someone through something, Chrome extension is a great way to do it. I'm going to hit the check mark below, and this is going to save this video into the Dubb platform. And again, it will land right back on the video edit page that we were at before. Now, the video that I recorded, how would I share that with Ruben? What would I do? How would I share it with it? So on LinkedIn, you just want to be connected with someone first. So I would send Ruben a quick connection request. It seems like most people connect today. And then all you're going to do is click message. And then when you do, there's a little Dubb button that would show up inside of the little messaging here. Here, let me refresh this. That little button that we saw inside of Gmail that I showed you earlier, that shows up inside of LinkedIn when you do messaging. And then you're able to click the Dubb button and you're able to drop a video in there, just like I did with the email. And then you're able to send it. And then they'll see that nice animated preview that you want someone to be able to see. So when you select this here, let's see if it shows up. It's a little slow today. I opened two of them. Anyway, I don't know. It's a little slow today, but the button is going to be right in there, right down there at the bottom. That's where the Dubb button would be added in, and then they would see that right there. So it's a nice little integration that we have with LinkedIn. Now, the next screen recorder we're going to look at is the Dubb desktop app. So the Dubb desktop app is like a drone, flies over everything on the computer, not browser-based, and can do some cool stuff. So just Google Dubb desktop app and then download it from Mac or PC. On a Mac, it'll be at the top. On a PC, it'll be at the bottom. You can see some functions right here, but you also can click the View Quick menu, and it pops up separately, and then you can see the options right in here. Now, I'm going to click Record Screen so you can see the differences here between the Chrome that we just saw and this. First of all, with the webcam, all the same stuff. You can do all the same functionality. With the annotation tool, you can do all the same annotations, just with the desktop app, when you do use them, they will follow you around. So you got to use them, delete them, and then move. With the teleprompter, same thing where you can move this around like you could with the Chrome extension. The only difference is here, when you find your script in here, you have an option of voice recognition. So if I was going to hit record right now and I was reading the script, it would go at my pace, at how I want to go, which is pretty neat. But if you want to use the scroll speed instead, like you just saw with the last two, just tap that button closed, and now you can drag it slower, faster, whatever you want. You have that ability right there. So either auto track for voice recognition or auto scroll. You have that ability to choose. Now, also in terms of recording, here's another big difference. There's a red slash through this square down here at the bottom. What that means is if I was going to hit the record button, it would get my entire computer screen. If I get rid of this red slash just by clicking on it, now I have a drop down of choices in terms of the borders of what I'm recording. Right now it's on landscape. So this is the proper YouTube orientation. So I just put it on top of whatever I want. And whatever's inside the blue lines, that's going to be part of the recording. I also can tap it down here and I can do custom if I want to, which means I can crop around anything I want to crop around, which is really cool for documents when you want to be very specific in terms of the borders. You also can tap down here and do portrait. So if you want to record a social video right from your desktop app, you can go in this proper format and just put it on top of whatever you want to put it on top of, which is convenient. Now, the recording itself, here's another big difference. When I hit record here, I'm going to get my 3, 2, 1 countdown. And now I'm recording. I can pause and resume this. But a big difference here is the check mark. So when I select the check mark, it does not save it into Dubb. What happens is it opens up a preview window, and I am able to see a bunch of clips that I am going to record. And then I'm going to merge all these clips together into one video. So clip recording is cool because you can drag and drop videos from your computer and make them part of this story here. So there are 3 creative icons right down here at the bottom. There is record screen clip, like I just did right now. There's a webcam clip option if you want to record a webcam clip. And there's Dubb narrator, which I'll explain in a second. But let's say I want to do another screen recording clip, right? I want to go right back to where I was. Select that button all the way to the bottom left, brings me right back here. And I'm just going to record another clip, just like this. Here we go. And I'm recording. And then I'm going to hit the check mark here. And there's my second clip right there. I also have the ability to move these clips around in any order that I want, which is cool. I don't have to record chronologically. I also can tap the 3-dot menu and download or delete each individual clip. Keep the one I like, get rid of the one that I don't. And then if I decide to do a webcam clip, click all the way to the bottom left, middle icon, and now I'm going to record a webcam clip. And the webcam clip could be the opening of the video, it could be the end of the video, it could be in the middle of the video where you just want to make a point about one specific thing. Hit the check mark, and there is going to be that clip right there. And then the last clip down to the last button down to the bottom left is Dubb Narrator. Dubb Narrator is awesome because it gives you the ability to play a pre-recorded video that you already have done, put it inside of a bubble, and put it on top of anything that you would like to. So if I was sitting in front of my webcam and doing a market update, I could have my teleprompter in front of my webcam, talk about the market, save that video into Dubb, into my video library, pull up the website of the doc that I want to talk about, that actual market update, then click the narrator button down to the bottom left, takes me right inside the video library where I was. And all I have to do is just select that pre-recorded video. And then the pre-recorded version of me is going to be on top of whatever I want it to be on top of. And then I hit record and I just scroll around and use the annotations. I can just relax and let the pre-recorded version of me do the talking. Let it do all the work. And then you have that clip. Now, the thing that makes this work is when you have all your clips, it's merging them together and saving it into the platform. So if I want to merge all these clips together now and save it, I can click the upload button to the bottom right. That will merge them all, save them in a Dubb. Or I can select the edit button to the bottom right. That's going to merge all the clips together, but it's going to give you an editing option right here inside the Dubb desktop app before you even save it into the platform. So you can do a quick little edit, just like we did inside of Dubb. It's the same kind of editor before you even save it, which is a nice option. Now, the last option we're going to look at here in terms of recording is going to be your Dubb mobile app. So the mobile app is just like the desktop app in terms of it records in clips, but it has some other cool functionality to it though. So the functionality is going to be like this. Let me share my screen here because the mobile apps have great cameras. So there's that advantage for that as well. So to record here, I'll show you this. Okay, here is the mobile app right here in the middle. Here's your video library. If we want to record something, just tap the blue camera icon at the bottom, and it's going to open up your camera, and you're able to record. Now, when you're first using the mobile app, it will be defaulted for 1 minute, and you have other timers down here as well. I always slide mine over to 10 minutes. Doesn't cut me off. I'm going to tap the circle, and now I am recording. You can see the timer up here and the timer here. I can pause and resume to the left, and to stop the recording, just tap the circle, and there is the clip that I have just recorded. So desktop app, clip recorder, just like the mobile, just like the desktop app. Mobile is the same. And this clip has been automatically downloaded to my phone. So I have it in my photo video area on my phone if I want it. I'm going to tap the circle again at the bottom just to record a second clip. So I have multiple clips here. There's my second clip. And I can physically move these in any order that I want. If I take my finger, hold one for a second, slide it. And if I tap a clip individually, I can download, delete, trim. And if I select edit, this is where I can add music to this clip if I want to. We have a whole library of royalty-free music. Just make sure you adjust the level so the music doesn't overwhelm your voice. We also have a text icon to the right. Bottom, just this is where in the beginning where we talked about the hook, right? You type your hook in here, and then you can physically put it wherever you want to put it. Whatever size, font, color you want, you can have the hook right above your head. You also have a little microphone icon to the right. This is where you can do a voiceover over this clip if you'd like to. You have a timer icon where you can go all the way up to 10x. If you have an action shot and you want to speed it up, you can do that. And you have a little button down at the bottom right that can give you burned in subtitles to this clip, or you can do it at the end. Now you also have right here, let me show you this, these. Hold on a second. You also have this. Okay, so off here to the right, let's see. It looks like it's frozen. Hold on. I don't know. It's not. Is it frozen? Let me see. I think we're okay. Now, let me go back. Let me go back. Okay. So these icons right here to the right, what do they do here? So you can tap the tooltip at the top. That's going to give you a description of what these functions are right here. Just tap the tooltip again, and it turns it off. Now, if you're going to have a countdown timer, which I think is cool to have, it's this little button right here, and it gives you the choice of 3 or 10 seconds. I'm going to select 3, hit record, and now I get my 3, 2, 1 countdown, and I'm ready to record. Now, you also have a video stabilization button. So if you're doing walk and talks and they're jumping around all over the place like this, just select this button here, do low, medium, or high, and it will smooth it right out for you. If you want to use a teleprompter, this little button right here, select this, find the script like we did before, control the speed right here, up or down, hit that play button, see if you like it, hit the pencil icon if you want to make any changes. And if your eyes are not staying at the top where they should be, either increase the speed or move the guardrail up like this. And it's right up there. There's nothing to look at down here. And if you want to record landscape, just turn your phone and the script will adjust right that way. Now, if you do have an iPhone, you can use voice recognition. So you can tap this right here to the right, select auto track, and then when you hit record, it'll be voice recognition. Stop scrolling. Video sells. Here's why. Buyers tune out text, but lean in for movement, voice, and story. So see how I was highlighting it as I was going? You have that as an option. So tap it there, either auto track or auto scroll. To close the teleprompter, tap the X to the bottom top right, and it will close it. Now, if you ever recorded a video outside of the mobile app and you want to make that part of the story here, go to the folder icon right here. It'll take you to your photo area inside your phone, photo video area. Find the video you want. Say, do you want to add clips? Yes. And it will add it right in here. If you want to record what's on your screen, this button here. If you want to use filters, this little icon right here. You can do black and white, skin smoothing, different kind of color gradations, see what you like. You can use those. If you want to do picture in picture, like I showed in the beginning, it's this one right here. So this is where you can record what's in front of you and you can move yourself physically around like this, make yourself bigger, smaller, zoom in, anything you want. The last option down here to the bottom right is your virtual background. So like we did with the webcam in the beginning, take some screenshots of the stuff that gives context, put it behind you, and then you have it just like this. Hit record and you're able to do it. Now, when you're ready to merge these clips together into that one video, tap that button to the top right. That's going to merge all your clips together. You're going to have the finished video on your phone whenever you need it. And you're also going to have the ability to upload this video into the Dubb platform by clicking that upload button. And once you upload it into Dubb, it's available everywhere for you. So you have that ability to be able to do that. Now, the last thing I'm going to say here is if you have a CRM that you really like, let's say you have a HubSpot or a Salesforce or a Go High Level or anything like that, we have a lot of integrations with a lot of different third-party senders and CRMs. So as you can see right here on this list, we got a ton of them. So if you like the workflows that you got and you want to keep them, you just want to add video, you can do that and you can add them right in. Now, if you want to lower your tech stack and you want to have everything all in one spot and you want to use Dubb as a CRM, you can absolutely do that as well. You can upload your contacts, you can do tasks, deals, and tags. You can do bulk sending within Dubb, email and SMS. You even can do automation and drip sequences that we have available with our Pro Plus package. So Pro and Pro Plus. Now, we also have in the middle, like I mentioned in the beginning, our AI guide, Auto. So you can do AI writing with Auto. You can ask Auto questions about Dubb. So if you're like, hey, Auto, how does the Chrome extension work? It's going to explain that and give you links to videos and articles. If you ask Auto strategy questions like, hey, I'm in recruiting, what are the best 5 videos to send out to employers? It's going to give you strategy stuff as well. A cool little function here inside Auto is this little profile button right here. So see what it says basic and sales? And you know how we talked about before those preset landing pages, how we want them for different parts of our audience? You can do the same thing with this. So if I was in real estate with a simple split of buyers and sellers, I create a buyer profile and a seller profile. So when you create this, all you're doing is just answering questions so the AI can learn about this part of your audience. So when I'm about to write something, like if I want to write a video script for a part of my audience, my sellers, I just want to make sure I got the seller selected right here. So that way the AI remembers everything about my audience. And then it could write the script for me or email whatever I want. And then it will even ask me, hey, do you want to save this in Dubb? Yes. And it will automatically save it into the platform. And then you can just load it right up to a teleprompter and you're able to use it. Now, in terms of if you love Dubb, we have a referral program right down here to the bottom left. It's our Dubb Partner Program. If you click Apply Now, it will create a nice little referral link for you that you can share with anyone. It's a 30% recurring commission we do on anyone that subscribes to Dubb. And it's a nice way for people to make an extra income doing this because we have coaches that do really well with it. People directly sell Dubb or they indirectly sell Dubb. So if you end up liking the platform, invite them in here to the live training. I'm in here 5 days a week with Ina. We're very supportive of our partners. Now, there are three things that we do every week. So every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And there are three links. So, Ina, if we don't mind, if we have those links, every Tuesday we have Pro Plus Founder Coaching. So on Dubb, you have Pro and Pro Plus. If you're part of Pro Plus, you get Founder Coaching with Dubb, with Ruben and Darius every Tuesday at 11:30 a.m. PST. They have their own separate curriculum. They have a little form you could fill out called Open Mic about your business. So very more, a lot of in-depth stuff they go into in there. Um, Regular folks, pro and everybody else, Wednesday, Thursdays. Wednesday, we have everything real estate related. So the webinar is at 11:30 a.m. PST every week. It is totally focused on real estate. And then every Thursday at 11:30 a.m. PST, we have our Dubb Partner Coaching, what I just mentioned, our partner program, strategy stuff, all that good stuff. So that's kind of our TV lineup. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Now, as a reminder in the beginning, if you are interested and you're on a free trial and you want our best deal, if you like what you saw, put upgrade into the chat, and then our team will reach out to you and give you our best deal that we possibly can give you. And if you're on Pro and you want to upgrade that to Pro Plus to get that Pro coaching, just put upgrade in there as well, and we'll give you our best deal as well. So, all right. So let me jump over here. Hi, Ina.
Hey,
How are you?
good, good.
Nice. What do we got going on, everybody? Anything in the chat? Anybody have anything they want to say? Questions, anything? What do we got? What do we got? Let's go around the horn here. Let's see. Diliana, we talked at the top. Diliana, I'm going to swim back over to you just to say hello
Mm.
again.
So you show the telephone and then we talk on the this you need to use the both the desktop and the phone, or you can use it separately.
I was using you mean when I was showing the phone, the app? When I was showing the app, is that what you're saying?
When you show the hook and then you talk, is that the way that you're doing, or you can do it separately, on only on the phone and only on the desktop, or together?
No, you can do both. You can do this. So if you do, it's kind of one or the other. You can go either like this. Let me show you. This. This would be recorded from the webcam, and I'm using the Dubb mobile app whiteboard, just that whiteboard feature. You could hold
Okay.
up an actual whiteboard if you wanted to, but it's just easier to type on this. That's just for this. I'm recording on the webcam, using this for the hook.
Okay.
You can also do it on the mobile app though. So when you're actually using the mobile app, you can type text. So it's the same kind of idea. You can record with the mobile, but you just type the text and put it above your head. Does that make
Okay.
sense? That's what the Dubb
Yeah,
mobile.
that makes sense. It's a lot of features and stuff that I want to explore.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I would like to know the different options of the price, but the best deal, of course. But
Yeah.
yeah, I will decide when exactly.
Well,
Will be great.
we'll reach out to you because we I want to be if you everyone else is interested, put upgrade right now in the chat before we go. But Diliana, I'll have Ina and the team reach out to you with the best deal that we have that we're currently doing. And then it would
Okay.
be between Pro and Pro Plus. Those are our two packages. The main difference is Pro Plus is all
It's
about
affiliate, kind of affiliate.
everyone has the option for the affiliate stuff. Dubb Partners is available to Pro and Pro Plus. Pro Plus, folks, the difference between the two, Pro Plus has drip sequences, like automations, these big workflows that you can send out automatically. When you're doing other stuff, it's going on in the background. You also have options to meet with the team as much as you need to. It's more hand-holding. And you also have access to Ruben and Darius, the founders of Dubb, once a week for their own founder coaching. So that's kind of the reason, like sometimes people, if they have CRMs that they love, like say they have HubSpot, and they have automations with HubSpot already. They just want to add video to that.
I started to go high level, but it's expensive for me. I stopped for now. So I
Yeah.
don't have automations, but I'm not in the level of automations also. I'm very in beginning stage. So I'm not sure if it's right time right now to automation and stuff in pro.
Well, yeah. What you could
Probably.
do is just start if you want to go forward, just start on pro and then you can always upgrade if you want to. I think it's about, the initial stuff we talked about with your outreach, LinkedIn, the different kind of social posts where you could record a dub video. This is one thing I want to mention about social. I didn't get a chance to say it, but I'll say this really quick, just because I know you had mentioned social at the top. Let me just show you this right here really quick. When you record a dub video, right? And you know how, remember I said you can download an MP4 version of the video? You can download the file,
Yes,
right? The
yes,
raw
yes.
file. So what you do is just go across the socials, right? And you do your posts. Like let's pretend like this is a post right here, right? You did a post. Just make sure that you have below it, see where it says this right here? You have a pinned comment right below here that always stays at the top. And this link right here goes to that landing page that we showed. If someone clicks on it, then boom, they're on a Dubb landing page like this. And they're able to take some action. You can even have them fill out a form if you wanted to.
So for the landing page, so if I join and everything in the landing page you create for the business that I have, or
Yeah,
right?
what'll happen? Yeah, so the first thing that we do when you get in there is called an optimization setup. So you would meet with the team and they would say, okay, let's get your logo in here. Let's get the different pages set up. Like if you have a different message for different parts of your
Yes.
clients, like yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we would help you do that. That way it's ready to go. And then if you want to send that email that I put in earlier, that feedback at Dubb, what people
Okay.
typically do is they just send us a test. And we like going through it. I like watching them, and then we can give you feedback.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you,
Yeah, you're
Sandra.
welcome. Yeah,
Thank you.
of course. Cool. And then Ina will reach out to you, Diliana, with our best deal. And then
Yeah.
Karen, I'll circle back over to you. I know we chatted at the top. How are you, Karen?
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Well, so yeah, I just wanted to kind of find out. I mean, there's some great features on it. Yeah, I'm just trying to see what's going to work for what we're doing.
Yeah, I think once you isolate kind of the use case, you have two very specific ones, client walkthrough, which is either, I would say, what you walk them through, is that a doc or is that like within the browser?
That's in the browser.
Okay, you just use the Chrome extension.
Uh-huh.
That'd be easy. Just click on that, use it. And then for the outreach to the other bankers, that's where you might, like I talked about, you might want to get a little creative with that in terms of what the hook is, you
And
know?
using the desktop for that, for the
Yeah, you
text line.
could. Yep, you could. You
Or
could.
could I use just stay in Chrome? Because Chrome is a little bit easier to use if I remember right.
It
Uh,
depends. It depends if, yeah, no, Chrome's easy because you just click it and it's open. It depends on like if you're reaching out to that particular bank, it's kind of like what visual are you pulling up? Are you pulling up like their website? Are you pulling up because you remember you don't want that going outside, like you said, you'd rather have it stop with you. So what's that visual, that they see? You know what I'm talking about?
uh-huh.
Because you know them a little bit, so that helps too. It's just thinking about what do they see? That's what you want to think about.
Right.
What do they
Okay.
see? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And like I said,
Okay.
it sends something to feedback. If you have an idea and you want to
And
try
then
something.
well, and the new thing I wanted to use really was kind of doing the YouTube thing too. So, and is that more like you think a desktop
Oh, you
using?
mean if you're recording YouTube videos, you mean?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean you could do see the cool thing about the desktop app is it has the proper orientation, the landscape for YouTube.
Okay.
So, but you can always YouTube's pretty flexible. Even if something's shorter, it kind of crops it. It doesn't look bad or whatever. I would just decide on if you're doing YouTube stuff, do you use ChatGPT, Auto, you use an AI for that for in general? Do you use AI?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just make sure you do the whole SEO pass, like what should the title be, what should the hashtags be, all that stuff. Have a Dubb link in the description so they can
Okay.
click below and it takes them somewhere. But you definitely want a really strong hook for the YouTube stuff. And then you could always import the YouTube video into Dubb and make it part of your playlist. So if
Uh-huh.
you are being educational, you could talk to the client, hey, go here, go here. By the way, check out this YouTube video I did, and it plays right after.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for coming back, Karen. You're kind of a 1.5. You're not really a one, you're like a 1.5 because you were new, but you kind of know a little bit. So
Yeah, but it's been a long time, so I'm not sure. Yeah.
okay, we'll keep you as a one then.
So that's my dog. Dog's
Nice.
starting to talk. So anyway,
Hey,
thank
I love it. Cool. Well, listen, everybody, thanks so much for coming in. We appreciate it as always. Ina, thank you for the support. Awesome, awesome, awesome. We will see everybody tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat station. Everybody have a great rest of your Thursday, right? Okay. All right. See you guys. Bye.